Hi students, today we're going to talk about author's purpose, which is really what just basically means why the author wrote the writing piece that they wrote. So the way we remember this is author's purpose is as easy as PIE, because PIE is an acronym that stands for the three different types of writing that an author may choose to use in their piece. So the three types of writing are persuade, inform, and entertain. And that is why we say author's purpose is as easy as PIE. The first type of writing that we're going to talk about is persuasive writing. And I'm sure all of you are familiar with this. Persuasive writing is the type of writing that is meant to try to convince someone to think the same way as you do. So if we click here, you can see some examples. A lot of times newspaper editorials, which are personal opinions, have persuasive elements in them. Any advertisements, so commercials, like we said, billboards, anything like that that's trying to convince you to buy a product or to use a product, those are all persuasive pieces of writing. Junk mail, a lot of times you'll get flyers in the mail trying to convince you to, especially nowadays, vote for a specific political candidate or use a specific grocery store or restaurant near you. And posters. So for an example of persuasive writing, you can look down here in this little box. And here is something that might indicate that the type of writing you're reading is persuasive. It is clear that everyone should drive electric cars because that would reduce our carbon footprint on the planet significantly. And here you can see that the author is stating a claim and then giving you reasons why you should believe that claim. So next, let's go on to informative writing. So informative writing means that you're just giving someone information about something. You're not trying to say that one thing is better than another. You are just providing information. So this could include things like news reports, research papers, encyclopedias, newsletters, instructions, etc. And an example is down here. Ireland is a country steeped in history. In fact, its history dates beyond 3000 BC, when the megalithic tombs were constructed in Newgrange. So this isn't trying to tell you that Ireland is the best country in the world, or that you should study Ireland, but it's just telling you information about this country. And finally, we have entertainment writing. And this is basically created to amuse amuse the audience. So any novel that you read is usually created to entertain. Let's look at some examples. So here, fictional stories. They could be short stories. They could be complete like novels. They could be groups of novels, anything like that. Comics, poems, jokes and riddles, fairy tales, etc. are all written to entertain you. And here's an example from Harry Potter, because I love Harry Potter. When Mr. and Mrs. Dursley woke up in the dull gray Tuesday, our story starts. There was nothing about the cloudy sky outside to suggest that strange and mysterious things would soon be happening all over the country. This is not providing you information. It's not trying to make you think Mr. and Mrs. Dursley are the worst people in the world. It's trying to entertain you with a story. All right, so now that you've learned what PIE stands for, you are going to listen as we read this passage together, and then you're going to decide if this passage is an example of persuasive, informational, or entertainment writing. Passage number 1. Americans throw away millions of plastic bags each year. Many of these end up in the environment where they pose a threat to animal life. A plastic bag takes more than a lifetime to decompose. In order to cut back on this waste, you should take your own reusable bags to the grocery store. In addition to that, you can join the Friends of the Trail for a spring bike trail cleanup this Saturday at 8 a.m. So go ahead. What type of writing is this? Persuasive, informational, or entertainment? All right, now we're going to do the same thing with passage 2. Ermine are members of the weasel family. The newborns are blind and helpless, but in 6 weeks they grow to be almost adult-sized. In the summer, the top of the ermine's coat is brown. In the winter, the coat is pure white, and yet the tip of its tail remains black all year. Go ahead and think about this. Is this persuasive writing, informational writing, or entertainment writing? All right, now we're going to look at passage 3. Lila was doing the dishes when Jake came into the room. She noticed immediately. "Where's the watch I gave you for your birthday?" she asked. "Did you lose it already?" Jake looked flustered. "Oh, the watch," he said, trying to buy time. "I was going to look for it, but I just couldn't find the time." So go ahead. Is this persuasive, informational, or entertainment writing? We're going to look at passage 4 and do the same thing. Hiking in Hawaii can be adventurous, fun, and exciting. There are trails for beginners up through expert hikers, and the beautiful weather means every day is a great day for a hike. You must check out the great vacation specials available right now in Hawaii. Come for a hike and stay a while. So, is this persuasive, informational, or entertainment writing?